Would he count us wrong if we didn't put a single term instead of?
Do it one more time for the camera.
Yeah.
I would just know that there's only 2 times you're going to use the word gyri, and it's going to be for orbital and for occipital.
Dude, I'm totally good with it. Reed, would you mind? He's the one with a good camera. Would you do it one more time for him?
Sure.
Thank you, you're a sweetheart. I don't think you can go much faster. You're going to get tongue twisted.
Let's go slow so we make
You
sure
can
we
tell my voice
understand.
is starting to crack, though.
Would you like some Red Bull? Would that help you slow
I
down?
hate Red Bull. It smells like pee.
You're right. It does. I do it all the time.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to move to this.
I meant like, cause I think Red Bull.
Alright, are we ready?
Go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so here we're going to start from the medial part of the bottom of the brain. The first ones are going to be your gyrus rectus, one on each side, and then the sulcus lateral to that is going to be your olfactory sulcus. You can see that the olfactory tract actually lies on top of that, usually covering it. That's how it is on the models. So this area here is your orbital gyri. And then if we move to this part, you have your uncus, which if we stuck a pin through that, we'd reach the amygdala. You have your temporal pole, and your occipital pole, and your frontal pole, which we also sent over this test. So here you have your parahippocampal gyrus, which if we stuck a pin through that, you would reach your hippocampal formation. The sulcus lateral to that is your collateral sulcus. And then the next gyrus over is your occipital-temporal gyrus. If there's a sulcus running on the occipital-temporal gyrus, it's your occipital-temporal sulcus. And then your next sulcus over is going to be your inferior temporal sulcus, which separates the occipital-temporal gyrus from your inferior temporal gyrus. And yeah, I know, right? So this is your inferior temporal gyrus, and this is your superior temporal gyrus. This is your superior temporal sulcus. This is your middle temporal gyrus, and this is your middle temporal sulcus. So now, if we look at the top of the brain, we have our 3 frontal gyri. Your first one is going to be your superior frontal gyrus with your superior frontal sulcus. Then you're going to have your middle frontal gyrus with your inferior frontal sulcus. And then you're going to have your inferior frontal gyrus, which is separated into 3 things. So, if we know this is our central sulcus, and this is our precentral gyrus, and this is our precentral sulcus, we can follow the precentral sulcus down. In front of it is going to be part of the inferior frontal gyrus. This is going to be your pars opercularis, your pars triangularis, and your pars orbitalis. You're going to remember that this is pars orbitalis because here was your orbital gyri. And you know triangularis is in the middle, so you know the most posterior one is going to be opercularis. So, central sulcus, precentral gyrus, postcentral gyrus, postcentral sulcus. So, if we follow the lateral fissure up and the postcentral sulcus down, behind the postcentral sulcus is going to be your supramarginal gyrus, and behind that is going to be your angular gyrus. And then here would be your superior parietal gyrus with your interparietal sulcus. And then back here would be your occipital gyri. I don't know if I said this, but lingual gyrus is here. And I think that's it for the external stuff. I can do the mid-sagittal. So,
Yeah, right.
alright.
Go.
So back here we have our lingual gyrus separated from the cuneus by the calcarine sulcus, and those two are separated by the parietal occipital fissure or sulcus from the precuneus. The precuneus, what's up with this brain, is separated from the paracentral lobule by the marginal sulcus. Anyone have another half brain? Can you grab the one from over there if anyone has gloves on? Because this one is covered and I don't want to peel it off.
Is that usually the biggest one, the marginal?
I'll